Good morning, students.
Good morning, sir.
ఉన్నారు అందరూ there. Is my voice is clear? First, try to respond. If some network issue there, please respond. Roll number 68. A not the mail. CR 76. Roll number 76.
Yes, sir.
మా
Yes,
ఏదైనా
sir.
డిలే అవుతున్న వాయిస్ లేదా ఇది ఓకే
Yeah, clear, sir.
C7 left the meeting. Okay. In the last class, Anisha, are you there?
Yes, sir.
V8. Not there. Monica.
Yes, sir.
Monica. Ashita.
Yes, sir.
Yes. లాస్ట్ ఐ మీన్ ఎస్టర్డే సెమినార్ గురించి ఏం తెలుసుకున్నారు చాలా మంది ఐ థింక్ ఫ్రమ్ ది సెక్షన్ ఐ హార్డ్ దట్ మోస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద పీపుల్ ఆర్ ఇంట్రెస్టెడ్ ఇన్ కోర్ సైడ్ జాబ్స్ somebody wants to write the GET exam. So studies is a valid session or not for you? At least you will know some points about the GATE and ESC's exams. How to proceed, how to approach your subjects. Right? Anisha? I'm not getting your voice. 96.
Yes, sir.
Okay, no problem. So let's start our last lecture. So now you have to find the angles and right from P1 to P2. Basically, you have to find the angle from this complex pole. So this is the reference point, reference pole. So from this point, you have to find the angle for each pole and zeros. If there is any zeros, you have to find this angle also from this pole to zero. One more polar zero is there, and you have to find this angle also. Like this, you have to go right. So in this, you have only how many poles are there to find the angle now? In this problem, you have two poles are there. That is P1 and one more is P3. I am assigning this as theta 1 and I am assigning this as theta 2. From P2 to P3, how this is angle? This angle looks like, can anyone identify whether it is 0 or 90 or 180 degrees?
90.
See, always, very good, 90. So, చూడండి ఒకసారి ఇట్లా గాల్లో కనుక ఇట్లా స్ట్రైట్ లైన్స్ కనుకుంటే ఆల్వేస్ హారిజెంటల్ యాక్సిస్ ఈస్ ద రెఫరెన్స్ ఫర్ యూ. అక్కడ హారిజెంటల్ యాక్సిస్ ఉన్నా లేకపోయినా సరే, ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు ఫైండ్ ద యాంగిల్ ఫర్ దిస్ హారిజెంటల్ యాక్సిస్, దట్ మీన్స్ 0 degrees axis is the reference for you to find the angle. So itla ante it is 90 or 45. What is the angle for this straight line? It is 90 degrees. Okay, so directly you can tell this as theta 2 is 90 degrees. Now what about this theta 1? Everyone చెప్పగలరా? This is in second quadrant or first quadrant? This angle making here.
Second quadrant.
Second quadrant. So second quadrant can be called. What is the formula? 180 minus theta. Suppose ఇది ఆరిజిన్ దగ్గర నుంచి పాస్ అవుతుంది కాబట్టి ఈ పోల్ అనేది యూఆర్ టేకింగ్ ఫ్రమ్ ఆరిజిన్ పోల్ అమ్మా. యాంగిల్ అనేది మనం ఆరిజిన్ పోల్ దగ్గర కనుక్కుంటున్నాం. ఫర్ దట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డ్రా లైక్ దిస్. ఓకే, అంటే మీనింగ్ ఏంటంటే ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు డైరెక్ట్లీ ఫైండ్ దిస్ యాంగిల్, I will tell you two things here, ma, for you. First, let me finish this, and then we will go further. So theta 1 is 180 minus theta. So 180 minus theta means, what is theta? What is theta? Theta means you can take this. This also. Theta means tan inverse of imaginary by real. If you have the values, that means you have the values here is minus 2 plus j3 is the value. So what is the real part and what is the imaginary part?
J3 imaginary minus 2 real.
Yeah, j3 means imaginary value, that's fine. Imaginary value you have to write. So for that, imaginary value is 3 and real value is 2. No need to take negatives because you have to take here the magnitudes only. That's why I placed it here 3 and 2. Okay, opposite by hypotenuse also you can directly write like that. What is the value of this one? Find out tan inverse of imaginary by real. Tell me that angle. Tell me that angle. And theta 2 means, theta 2 directly you can tell this as, what is the value of this angle? Sorry, what is the angle, ma? Theta 2 from P3 to P2. It is a straight line, so it is 90 degrees angle directly. What about this? Tan inverse of 3 by 2.
56.30.
56.30 degrees. So subtract these two and tell me.
One 23.7.
123.7 degrees. So this is the theta 1 angle, no? And this is theta 2. So now we have to take angle of departure. Is there any poles or zeros left here? Is there any other poles and zeros? No, I am thinking, find out theoretically. We have only two poles. That is, one is the complex negative and one is origin pole. Okay, so P1 and P3. Reference is the P2. Okay. So now angle of departure from complex pole. Angle of departure from complex pole. What is that complex pole? Positive complex pole and that's one better in positive complex pole P2, which is equals to 180 degrees minus of theta 1 plus theta 2. See, I already told you in the last class this formula. Okay, this is what I am writing here. That is 180 minus angle of, what is theta 1? Theta 1 value only 123.7 plus 90. So add these two and tell me the remaining values.
Minus 33.7.
So మొత్తం ఫైనల్ వాల్యూ మా ఈ రెండు వాల్యూస్ చెప్పండి ఒకసారి బెటర్. ఈ వాల్యూ ఎంత వచ్చింది? సో టోటల్ మైనస్ 33.7. దిస్ ఫైన్. ఒకసారి ఈ వాల్యూ కూడా చూడండి ఎంత వస్తుంది. 90 మీన్స్
213.7. 230.7.
Okay, thank you. That's it. So this is the angle for moving the block. So actually basic procedure is you have to find for only from positive complex pole only. See this. This is the reference for positive complex pole only. If you want additional information, And if you want to find from this pole also, you will get the opposite of this angle. You got my point? If you want to find the negative complex pole angles, that is angle of departure from negative complex pole. So whatever the you got from positive complex pole, just opposite to that degree. That is negative here you got for the positive complex pole. Similarly, for negative complex pole, you will get positive value because you will take the angle like this and angle like this. This is same angle, right? And from this to this you have to find. Okay, both will be same. If you want to note down a point there. No need of this actually, but you have to find up to here only. You have to find up to here. This is the main term. Okay, main term. This is positive for positive complex pole only. So the angle of departure at complex pole P3 is negative of the angle of departure at complex pole P2. Negative of the angle of departure at pole P3. Somebody texted. Is there any problem? Plus 33.7 degrees. That means this from somewhere else. ఈ పోల్ దగ్గర నుంచి ఒక ప్లాట్ అనేది ఇట్లా మూవ్ అయిపోతుంది విత్ సమ్ యాంగిల్. సిమిలర్లీ దిస్ ఆల్సో ప్లాట్స్ గీద్దామండి. నో ప్రాబ్లం. సపోజ్ ఇక్కడ P2 అనేది సపోజ్ ప్లస్ 90 degrees వచ్చింది అనుకోండి. వాట్ అబౌట్ హియర్ P3? Suppose if you got P2 is plus 90 degrees. What about P3 now?
Minus 90.
Very good. Minus 90 degrees. Remember, just opposite to that value. Okay. So this is the step number 4 or 5.
5, sir.
Okay. Next. What is the next step? Completed, all of you? Is it completed? Please respond. Students?
Completed.
Okay, last step pending. What is the last step? Monica, C1, respond. Last step. What is this? Monica. I have a problem. Nobody is responding means I can't. How could I know whether you are following or not, or is it clear or not? How can I know? Class లో 40 members ఉన్నారు, ఒక్కరు కూడా రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వదు. C4 హరిణి, C6 అజయ, C0, C1.
సార్
వినిపించట్లేదా మీకు? అజయ, ఆర్ యు ఫాలోయింగ్?
వినిపిస్తుంది సార్.
C6. C1, are you there?
Yes.
వినిపించట్లేదా మరి? రెస్పాండ్ అవ్వండి. మోనికా. C0, C0. Vijay, are you there? 84 Bhargavi.
Yes, sir.
Yes, respond. What is the next step? మీకు ప్రాబ్లం అంటే చెప్పండి. I don't ask your numbers. I don't call your numbers. Yeah, anyone is having the problem, tell me. Sir, don't call me. I will leave you. It's up to you only. Okay, yes. Find the crossing point on or else intersection point with imaginary axis. Okay, to find the crossing point on imaginary axis. So for this, to find this, what you need, what you have to do. Sorry, you need the characteristic equation. So now the characteristic equation CE is, what is that? Anyone respond please? S power third order equation, no? Maybe, right? Okay. S power
S cube plus 4s square plus
okay.
13s plus k is equals to 0.
Okay, thank you. So we will go for RH criteria to find this k value and to find the intersection point on imaginary axis. So for that, textbook lo vere procedure andama. If you want to do that, you can go. So I always prefer this one for easiest because we already done aware of this thing. Okay, at a time ఇంకొకసారి ప్రాక్టీస్ చేసినట్టుగా కూడా ఉంటుంది ఫస్ట్ పార్ట్. That's right. So what is the values here? First one 1 and 13. Here it is 4 and k. So as per one term వచ్చేసరికి this and this 4 into 13 minus k by 4, and here it is k s power 0 value. So from s power 1 row, you have always assume that the system is marginally stable. Then only you can take equal to equals to 0. In case if you want to assume the system is stable, then you have to assume greater than 0. If you want to take stable, if it is marginally stable, then you can take equality. Okay, ma? So that is 13 fours are, what is the value? 50, 52 minus k by 4 equals to 0. Okay, this meaning marginally stable mode. Okay, so from this 52 minus k equals to 0, that implies k equals to 52. So k marginal value is 52. K marginal, you can assume here it is k marginal. K suffix marginal if you want, then that will be clarity. So next thing, from s power 2 row, you have to find w value from s power s square row. What is that? Anyone respond? What is the equation you have to take from s square row?
4s square plus k equal to 0.
Very good. Thank you. 4s square plus k equals to 0. And substitute this k value, ma. That implies 4s square plus 52 equals to 0. So is there any cancellations? If you take 4 outside, 4 into s square plus, what is the remaining here? 1 and 3, 13. So it implies s square plus 13 equals to 0. It implies s square equals to minus 13. S equals to plus or minus j root 13. So ఈ వాల్యూ ఎంతో చెప్పండి ఒకసారి. రూట్ 13 వాల్యూ చెప్పండి.
3.60.
So that is 3.6. So this is the intersection point. The graph is going to be cross. Okay. So next we will draw the graph and we will finish this. Okay, complete it up to here, all of you. All of you, please. Complete it, Amma.
Yes, sir.
It will respond, but I will make it. So we'll draw the graph now. టెక్స్ట్ బుక్ లో చూసారా లాస్ట్ గ్రాఫ్ ఒకటి గ్రాఫ్ చూసారా ఎవరన్నా ఎక్కడి నుంచి డ్రా చేయాలనేది అండ్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు డ్రా అండ్ గ్రాఫ్ షీట్స్ ఆల్సో ఇప్పుడే ప్రాక్టీస్ చేయండి బెటర్ ఈ ప్లాట్ మీద ఎలా డ్రా చేస్తున్నాం యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ సో దిస్ ఈజ్ ఆరిజిన్ యూ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ రైట్ సైడ్ పోల్స్ బట్ యూ హ్యావ్ టు అజ్యూమ్ లైక్ దిస్ డైరెక్ట్గా గ్రాఫ్ షీట్లో కూడా ఇలాగే డ్రా చేయాలి మనం హ్యావ్ టు టేక్ ద ఎక్స్ యాక్సిస్ అండ్ వై యాక్సిస్ వాల్యూస్ So this is one and coming to this imaginary part positive values here that's finished now what is the first step you have to identify the poles yes anyone please do it fast I will repeat this problem please respond this is the last problem I will repeat again one more time poles locations first step one and what వినిపిస్తుందా
Audible, sir.
yeah okay respond Grishma 74 Nageshwar Sai Sushma
Sir.
respond the polls on the zeros here నీకు అర్థం కావట్లేదు మనం చెప్పుకుంటా పోతే ఇంకేముండదు you want to do that
Zero.
from me I will do that no problem నాకు ఎటువంటి ప్రాబ్లం లేదు I can finish as much as possible I don't want to put this much pressure for you yeah, 0 minus 2 plus or minus J3 so this is the J3 term so here this is minus 2 so across this here is the one pole and one more collision minus J3 so indicate with the dotted lines so this is the indication so this is the graph this is the poles location next second step what is the what we call root locus branches where are the root locus branches entire negative real axis is the root locus branch next what is the next step angle of asymptotes so for that we have to take sigma that means to draw the angle of asymptotes what is the sigma you got then write sigma ఎంత వచ్చింది Monica
minus 1.33
minus 1.33 so this is approximately somewhere else here ఇక్కడ ఉందనుకుంటున్నాను from this you have to draw the angles so how many angles are there a values చెప్పండి angles yeah 3 what are those
60 180
okay
300
300 So 60 means it is going like this now, approximately. So approximately like this, no problem at all. And one more is 300, right? 300 is nothing but minus 60 mm. You can take like that also. Because 0 degrees here, 360 is also here. If you come back like this means 60 you will get as 300. Okay. So this is 300 and one more is 180 degrees. 180 means this one, 180 degrees. This is 90 degrees. If you want to note down like this. గ్రాఫ్ మీదుగా డ్రా చేయండి మా డాటర్ లైన్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్గా రిప్రజెంట్ చేయలేం కాబట్టి డ్రా లైక్ దిస్. సో దీస్ ఆర్ ద యాంగిల్స్, దట్ ఈస్ 60 and one more is 300 and this is 180. That's it. So this is sigma minus and the value sigma equals to minus 1.33. This is the centroid. You can call it as centroid. Yes. Next, what is the next step we found? Next step ఏంటి? బ్రేక్ పాయింట్స్ ఏమైనా వచ్చాయి మనకి? ఎస్, రెస్పాండ్. బ్రేక్ పాయింట్స్ ఉన్నాయా అనీషా? Do you have any problem?
No, sir.
Okay, is there any break points in this problem? So there is no break points, but you have angle of departure is there. Angle of departure we found. So how to draw that angle of departure? I said that if you want to form the complete root locus branch, each pole must and should reach the zero. Each pole must and should reach the zero. So you have 3 poles here. 2 are the complex pole and 1 is the simple pole. So this pole reaches this angle via this angle and reaches up to this negative real axis. That means this pole is moving towards 180 degrees angle and reaches somewhere else at 0. What about remaining these 2 poles? These 2 poles follow these 2 angles, this 60 degrees angle and 300 degrees angle. How these are going to be follow means, you got some value that is imaginary intersection point value, that is Wn equals to 3 point imaginary point and from 3.6. So from this pole it moving with some angle, that is angle of departure. Angle of departure, it will use this angle, that is theta, or what it will be, some pole t equals to minus 33.7 degrees. So by using this angle, the plot touches imaginary axis at this point and moves towards the asymptote angle. This angles, asymptote angles. How to draw that means? So let me take one more color. So this is the angle of departure. It will move like this with 33 degrees and then going like this. It touches at 3.6. Okay, this is the minus 33.7 degrees approximately. This is the reference angle. This horizontal is the reference and negative downwards is minus 33. Okay, now see, this is always horizontal. Positive plot means plus 90, negative plot means minus 90. Okay, downward. So here is this plot is downward. So what about this 4? It is crossing with positive angle. So assume this is P1, P2, P3, and this is P2 and this is P3. What about this P3? You got, this is a positive angle. So positive means this is the horizontal axis. Above is the positive, below is the negative. This part is positive, this part is negative. Okay. So for this, so you can draw the plot like this. This is exactly half means 45 degrees. So you have to draw with some angle and then it touches the plot at 3.6. Okay, so please know clearly draw this also. This is 45 degrees angle. So the graph is going like this. So this pole is moving towards infinity by using this asymptote angle with an angle of 33.7 degrees, and it touches the imaginary axis at 3.6 and moving towards infinity. So towards infinity is nothing but it is a 0. Similarly, pole number 3 is also making an angle of 33.7 degrees and touches the graph at 3.6. That means imaginary axis, and moving up to towards infinity. That means here is a 0 and here also is a 0. So this is the total graph. Okay, what are the steps we have made in the previous? That means total 6 steps. Those 6 steps only you have to draw as a plot. Draw as a plot. That's it. Okay. Anybody is having doubts? This is only the procedure for complex poles. Suppose zeros ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, కాంప్లెక్స్ జీరో ఉంది అనుకోండి, అప్పుడు ఏంటి యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ డిపార్చర్, యాంగిల్ ఆఫ్ అరైవల్. Suppose if you have a complex zero, so we are going to find angle of departure or angle of arrival. Angle of arrival. So then same procedure for that also. Okay. Let me take 2 or 3 points for you, and then we will finish this units. And tomorrow's class I will start the unit number 4. Completed, all of you? Yes, completed.
Yes.
Okay. So next, note down some points. The above plot shows the complete root locus. Complete root locus. And the root locus has 3 branches. 3 branches in the sense it is having 3 poles. Okay, ma? 3 branches mentioned just now, 3 poles ఉన్నాయి అనుకో. That's it. One branch started. One branch starts at the pole at origin and travel through. So origin pole etu travel avutundi towards, see the graph I told you. Origin pole etu travel avutundi towards nobody wants to respond. And travel through negative real axis to meet the 0, at what? At location. What is the location? At infinity. So there are other two branches. The other 2 root locus branches starts at the complex poles. That means by using angle of departure. along the angle of departure. Uh, Start at complex poles, crosses imaginary axis, crosses the imaginary axis at what is that point? Plus or minus j 3.6. So it crosses here and travel travel parallel to asymptotes. To meet the zeros at infinity. I think so. You will come on July 1st to offline classes. So I'll ask you and I will put the exam again. Okay, I'll ask you some particular people about this, all these things. Okay, complete time now. Yes, ma completed all of you. And anyone find this? This is 2, this is 3, and what is this value? What is this value now? Anyone? Please wait. X value ఎంత వస్తుంది? Monica, why are you not responding? Do you have any problem today? Anisha. X value ఎంతమ్మా?
13.
Sorry? Pythagoras
Root
theorem is
13.
same. Root 13. Very good. Just Pythagoras theorem now. That means x square equals to 3 square plus 2 square. So x equals to square root of this value 9 plus 4, that is equals to root 13. So by using Pythagoras theorem, right? What is tan theta now? Tan theta
3 by
3 by 2.
3 by root 13.
3 by root 13. Who is that? Tan అంటే ఏంటి? Opposite by
It is 3 by
3 by 2. Correct. So from this theta is tan inverse of 3 by 2. So what is this angle? What is this value in the కనుక్కున్నారా? 50?
6.3.
56.3. Okay, done. It's okay, fine. Okay, roll. Let me take the attendance. Today's date 25. Okay, let me stop presenting and I'll share this PPTs also now. 66. Row number 66. 66, 67,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
68,